This is CPE 233, Lecture 1A. So this is course overview. We've got a feel for the course. In the syllabus lecture, we'll say in the syllabus overview, but this is going to be kind of an overview of the course in general. So, rules and etc. of the course. Okay, so there was diversity statement. There's abbreviated diversity statement and the syllabus. I'll put a full one on Canvas, and this is very important. This is the new push, and it's about time. Essentially, in short, that means I believe everyone has the ability. All students have the ability to succeed, and I'm there to help. So we present this course in a very generic fashion. I mean, because that's the only way we can do it. But beyond that, we need to adjust to get student needs met. Now, different students are going to have different needs, and that's part of diversity, and it's to be expected. And I certainly feel prepared to work with any student's special needs as they come up. And the only issue is you have to communicate it to me. Otherwise, I'm not going to know it. At least give me a chance. Okay, so the big thing here is we're presenting things in an equitable manner. We're no longer pushing to present things in an equal manner. Kind of semantics, but not really. So big issues here. Cal Poly, it's a big pretentious university. It's a name school. I encourage you not to buy into the hype. Look, we're all here working as hard as we can, particularly in online stuff and the pandemic junk that's going on. It's really, really tragic. We're all working hard. Let's work together on it. Generally speaking, your hard work is rewarded. It doesn't feel like it a lot of times, but it is. So don't worry about it. Don't let anything tweak you. Just work hard. If you got issues, let's work through them together. Just once again, you have to communicate them to me. Now, typically, I'm always intimidated by other people's knowledge and or position, and this is really not the way to be in life. I'd say don't be intimidated by anyone for any reason. And people, they know a lot of stuff, etc., etc. It seems like they do anyway, but they know it particularly because they worked hard to learn it. You're not any less than they are. You're just essentially not as far down the same road. And so once again, don't be intimidated by people's knowledge base. You're developing your own and developing your own style, and go from there. Don't just keep moving forward. So this is some personal information. I thought it might be interesting to people. So I did K through 12 and the same little very white town. It was a unified school district, very isolating. The school, K through 12, generally speaking, was unchallenging and boring, and it was kind of taught to, I don't know, the average case. And I was ready for something different. I did find something different. I became a musician when I was 16. I spent the next 9 years as a working musician, and most of that I was working in a grocery store. So I was working, saving up money to go to school at one point, and eventually I started back at school when I was 22, and I came to Cal Poly fall 1986 when I was 25. Look, it's academia, and it's really disgusting a lot of the time. There's always a ton of pressure to perform and to be good and all that stuff. People are always testing you. They're always there to make sure you're good enough, etc., rather than helping you. And I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be here to help. I do have to evaluate you, but I don't want to make a career out of it and ruin your day over it. I have other interests in life. One is I am a woodworker, and particularly I'm a luthier. I will work on your violin if you have a violin that needs working on. So one of the first assignments we're going to do is a student survey. Essentially, it's just a bunch of questions that's going to help me help you. Essentially, there's a bunch of questions on it. The only thing you're really required to put on there is your name, and I don't care what you put beyond that, but the more the better. Go to town on it if you want. But that will be our first assignment, and I think I'm going to make that for Wednesday of class. So my main requirement here is that you learn the material by week 10. I don't really care how you learn it, or week 11. I don't care how you learn it, just learn it. And the idea here is, when I was a student, I got really good grades, but I didn't learn anything, and I was super good at guessing what the teacher would put on an exam, and then I was really good at memorizing solutions, and it was really horrible. That's why I didn't learn anything. So by all means, the way I teach is such that you won't be able to do that. So I always write new exams, new quizzes, and it's still sort of a design course, and that if you memorize a solution and don't understand design, you're still not going to get the problem right. So my respect policy, I keep this on here, is that I don't, in class, I don't care if you're messing on your phone or computer or doing what you do, just don't bother anyone. So I leave that in there. So someday maybe we'll be back in a classroom. As far as cheating goes, I don't really care how you learn the material, just so long as you learn it. I do want you to take your own quizzes and exams, but if you have other people's work, I just don't care. You're not going to, if you have other people's work, you need to use that work to help you learn. If you don't, you're going to perform really badly in this class. So I don't consider it cheating. Other teachers probably do, but I don't. And if you have someone's work and tell me all about it and say, hey, this person did this, and etc., I will gladly help you out on that. I don't really care. So my quirks are, and you'll find this out if you work together on Zoom, is my hearing's really bad, and so I'll be asking you, and then being online doesn't help, so I will ask you to repeat things quite a bit. So I hope you all treat each other with respect and help each other out. And I can let this in there. Don't come to class if you're sick. I guess no one's coming to class anyway, so. But someday we will. So online course, yeah, it's still tragic. We did this in spring. I learned a lot. It's still new to me. It's just less new. I'm once again, as I did in spring, tried something. If it didn't work, got rid of it, and did it better the second time I did it. So this is my responsibilities are still to help you learn, and it's not it's not to cram the knowledge down your throat. It's to help you learn. So you need to work with me on that and express what problems you're having, so I can help you on that. Also, I am assessing how you learn. Essentially means whether you learn that. That means giving quizzes and exams. So, but more importantly, this is the only way I can help you is if you provide me with feedback and just express what needs you have, so I can adjust and get your needs met. So the course is relatively new. There are no books for the course. There are some books out there, but they're kind of high level, and they're not learning texts. They're kind of like good reference manuals, and so they're not really helpful. You can actually go hunt those down on Amazon if you want. Very little external courseware available, so it's all been kind of developed in-house. But this is my third time teaching this. The courseware is available. The quality is maybe questionable, but it's still getting there. And as I said, there's lots of problems in the textbook. I don't have solutions manual. I don't have a solutions manual yet, and I'll be working on that weekly, and I don't know how far I'll get. Some of the questions are not that hard to answer, but some of the programming problems are going to take a little bit of time. So I'm not sure when I'll have that out. But like I said, there's old quizzes. There's like 30 or 40 solved problems in the book, in the text, and there's sample problems also. So there's lots of problems with solutions. Hopefully more as the solution manual comes online. So the textbook is, seriously, it's 90% complete, and I say 90% because it's oftentimes not proofread. And I can't read my own work more than like 2 minutes a day, and it really sucks, I know. But hey, if you want to tell me where some errors are, I'll gladly fix them. But other than that, it's mostly complete. I'm going to be adding some stuff, like particularly maybe some timing diagrams and some extra timing diagrams and some flowcharts, but it's mostly there. Lab manual. I wrote it when I taught in winter. I would call it 100% complete. We've done. Now I've got rid of all the errors in it. Should be less of a big deal. The videos, I am replacing some of them. This is one of them that has been replaced. I'll replace them as I need to. There's going to be an issue in that they may refer to different chapters. I forgot exactly what I referred to, but you should be able to figure that out pretty easily. So once again, the plan is before you start any new experiment, download the latest manual, and I would say download the latest textbook as well, and if it changes, and I think it probably will change. Typical day of not being in class is it's a flipped classroom. You're going to do the reading, you're going to watch the videos, do some sample problems, etc., etc. And then if you have questions, you're going to come drop in on a Zoom and ask me. There are essentially 9 labs. Once again, you fit those in where you want. Ask me questions where you need to. There's quizzes on Friday. The status reports I think I'm going to make due on Monday. There is that first survey during the first week as well. Zoom hours are class times and the office hours, and I will be interfacing with the TA and hopefully get the TA up there also in case they have better hours or give a better solution. Really some sharp TAs out there too. So yes, this still sucks big time. Hopefully it'll suck less in fall. And I want to make this work, certainly better than spring. My plan is to be available via Zoom, email, Canvas, whatever you want. This was, I don't know. I'll tell you a story in a second. But the key here is have real-time feedback, and you got to tell me how I can help you. If your needs go unmet, it's just going to be really bad because you're going to fall behind. I think that's it. So I was going to tell you a quick story, and I was telling someone like, yeah, they know I'm a college teacher, etc. But I told them, yeah, we're teaching online, and this person made the assumption that, oh, it's college and you guys are cutting edge, blah, 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 and going online was absolutely no big deal. And I had to tell them, even though we're cutting edge and this is, cutting edge, high technology major, electrical and computer engineering, essentially the teaching was way behind the curve. More of this should have been online a long time ago. But as you know, the big push in college is to get you on campus, because once the college gets you on campus, they make a profit off you. And so the online thing never developed, and it's just kind of developing now, and I'm really glad to say its time has come. But once again, this is the second time I've done this. We weren't given training or anything like that. We were given a week to put it online, and it was just, it just doesn't work that way. So it's going to get better. My big thing my opinion was that teachers didn't know how to teach online, and students didn't know how to learn online. And now I think we're going to be both better at that, and that should have a better outcome than spring. And that is all I have.